Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tigers offense will get the first swing of the game. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Caught in the backfield, it's Anderson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Personal foul. Unnecessary rough. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Pushes ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough. And now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Trying to power it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooners! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
The play action fake. Extending the play. It's complete on the right side. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Sooner offense returns to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Grabs it in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry up. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. He finds his man. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so...
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to move it through the air. Quick strike complete. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Safe completion on the screen. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. One final play before the end of the quarter. The run from the shotgun. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. He wants to pass it on second down. It's caught. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The give on the inside. He breaks a tackle. And eventually taken down. But what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. The Sooners send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, you spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll toss it to the left. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got it in the middle. It's Daniels. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got a man. It's Watkins. At the 35, he's got room. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Give to the running back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it, and otherwise you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing the 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door 1st and goal.
hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that swing pass is basically just an extension of the run game, trying to get the back out on the perimeter of the field, but nice job by the defense making the tackle.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Sooners in the hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
So after the first down run, here's second down. He's looking to throw. Got his man down the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. He's looking to throw on third and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burks. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unloads it left. He's got it. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. The Sooners have pushed it inside the 20. Comes out throwing on first down. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Now the play fake. Grabbed behind the line. It's Durham. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets rid of it. He's got an open man. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. They're bringing heat. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And back to the air on second down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
That's caught. It's Anderson. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Death Valley than you? A captivating game so far.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's at the 10, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Got his man on the right. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down or else they are really in trouble. Snagged in the middle. It's Daniels. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Motion from the offense. Going up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watkins. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Got some room, headed to the goal defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. On the run, it's Barnes. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7. The Sooners moving quickly to the line. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end into bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
And he intercepts it. Touchdown, LSU. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
I love this free safety and how he plays center field, and oftentimes he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
He makes the catch for the 2, and now they're down by just a field goal. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Ncaa. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any...
Intercepted. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, LSU! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Good defenses stop you from scoring. Great ones score themselves, and LSU has done that so well over the years.
Yeah, and it's about guys who are playmakers. It's about guys who can lock up on the outside, and LSU recruits them. They develop them, and so many guys you see at the highest level doing it, and this is why, because they come to LSU and become stars.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be knocked down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reads. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. You're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking for space. It's Durham. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. LSU right back to the line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now on second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Pocket starts to collapse. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. At the 20, he's got space. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Sooners want to move quickly. To the air, it's Arnold. Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Sooners! And once he got loose, it was all over. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. On first down, here comes this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They go to the ground. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pulls it in. It's Durham. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position.
Touchdown, Tigers! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Power football with the run. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Durham. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Tigers! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
They'll try to get it through the air. He wants a big play here late. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing?
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
crosses the 35. Oh, look out! And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the route is on. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. He wants to throw. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They'll run play action. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Now, 4th down. Number 34 on the field goal.
He got it. And that lead grows even bigger. After the stumble earlier this year,